What is going on, Movie Meals? It's early in the morning. Just got back from the morning workout, but we had to do the Oscar nominations. I forgot they were going to drop today.
Yeah,
I
spaced it
been
too.
busy with the grind. You know what I'm talking about. But don't be just crowding that laptop.
Oh,
all right, the
tired.
nominations are out. We're going to do a quick recap. We'll do a prediction video right before the Oscars of who we think is going to win after we take some time. So let's start off. We'll go through a couple of the big categories, and we'll just talk quick predictions, thoughts on it. So let's do Best Picture. Our Best Picture nominees are Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, Star is Born, and Vice, which I think is interesting. So Kyle, let's get in there. What do you think are some snubs, some thoughts on the Best Picture nominees this year? What do we got? 8 of them?
Looks like 8 or 9.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, only 8. Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to this is kind of a solid list overall. I mean, these are the same movies that we kept seeing on repeat throughout the award season. A couple of ones that I think should have had an opportunity to get in, or throughout this whole year for that matter, would be like Hereditary, A Quiet Place. Even one of my personal favorites, The Hate U Give. I still think that movie's underrated, but that's just more of a personal choice for me.
No Beale Street either.
Yeah, No Beale Street.
Beale Street.
That's pretty interesting too. I'm a little bit surprised by Bohemian Rhapsody and Vice. Yeah, they've been getting like some nominations such as that like Golden Globes and whatnot, but they haven't really been critically received that well. So I fear that the voting body would be able to like take those out and put in something else. But for the most part,
for which one you said Vice and what?
Bohemian Rhapsody. So yeah, I mean, some of these movies aren't necessarily my favorite ones, but I am happy to see BlacKkKlansman be on there, and I'm happy to see Black Panther be on there, as well as A Star is Born. So yeah, I mean, for this list isn't too surprising to me, but
yeah, I think Vice is a little bit of a shock, because the Best Picture is voted on by all of the members of the 9,000 Academy members. So I think that's a little bit interesting because you're right, 60% are on Tomatoes. Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't surprise me because it feels like Hollywood loves that movie. It feels like just a lot of the critics in Hollywood maybe didn't, but the people, the actors, the makeup artists, everybody voting for the Oscars seemed to really love that movie.
That's a good point.
It's made like $800 million worldwide. That's insane. I really enjoyed the movie. But
oh, sorry, I thought you
still talking Best Picture. Black Panther getting in is something nobody's talking about. The movie came out earlier in the year, and it's fantastic. I just love it. I think Black Panther deserves to be in there. Man, I think Black Panther should have a shot to win this year because I think it's so fantastic.
That's a pretty good shot, honestly.
Man, the question is, do they lean towards A Star is Born, or does Bohemian Rhapsody have the upset? I don't like, because I like when there's big... I don't think any of these movies, except maybe Black Panther, are memorable. Yeah, and I think we'll kind of forget about them in the next year. But I remember Shape of Water, I remember 3 Billboards, I remember La La Land, Moonlight, things like that. So I'm interested to see what movie comes out because it could go either way. But yeah, there are a couple snubs. Hereditary is huge, and the biggest of the year is 8th Grade. I think 8th Grade is one of the top pictures of the year. I think it's better than half the movies on this list, and I think. I think the fact that Bo Burnham didn't get any talk, any discussion is completely and utterly unfair. And maybe maybe when we get to directors, we'll talk about this a little bit too. It might be because it's his first movie. Just because you made one good one, does that mean you deserve an Oscar? I don't know. They seem to do that with acting quite a bit, where they'll give you an Oscar pretty quickly. But yeah, those are the biggest snubs. Like, I am furious about 8th Grade. It reminds me of Nightcrawler, how Nightcrawler got no love at the Academy, and Nightcrawler is a fantastic film. It's better than most of those movies. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Best Picture. And no Avengers Infinity War. Come on, man. All right, let's get into lead actor. Kyle, you want to read them off for the
Yeah, sure. In this category, we have Christian Bale from Vice, Bradley Cooper from A Star is Born, Willem Dafoe for Eternity's Gate. That's a bit surprising. Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen for Green Book.
Have you seen At Eternity's Gate? Because I have not. It's the only one on this list
I've just been hearing a lot of buzz for his role in small award circles, but I wasn't really thinking that it had that much of a chance to get
Must
in.
have made an impact with the actors, man.
And that's a bit surprising to me. I thought there would be quite a few other nominees that would be able to overtake Willem. I think Willem was like the 5th spot in this category. But yeah, I mean, other than that though, I really loved Viggo and Green Book. Rami is like the best part of Bohemian Rhapsody by far.
The front runner, is he not? He's got to be the front runner.
Yeah,
I think he is.
I think he is.
I think after we've seen him win so many awards, I think he's the front runner.
Well, I mean, Yeah, I mean, ever since the
Hollywood loves
Globes,
it, man.
I think ever since the Globes, people have really leaned towards Rami. I think you're right.
Hollywood loves him. I think, and then these are the actors voting on the actors, and he gave a fantastic performance.
Very good,
Even if
yeah.
you don't love the movie, I mean, I really enjoyed the movie, but like he became Freddie Mercury, and that's hard to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Give a shout out to Christian Bale as well, because although I didn't love Vice the way I wanted to, his performance I did think was really good. I mean, even when you hear him talk in now interviews or in his like Golden Globes acceptance speech, like the way he embodies Dick Cheney, the voice he uses, the mannerisms, it's fantastic. So I love seeing him get in there. Haven't seen Willem Dafoe, can't speak on it, but Viggo's fantastic. Bradley Cooper did a great job. He was personally my favorite part of A Star Is Born, so I liked seeing him.
He's probably
get
my
the
front
nomination.
runner personally, but Rami though is.
Rami might snag it.
I think you're right.
I think this love for A Star Is Born feels like it's not. It's
kind of
real.
dwindled.
I don't think it's as real. It's just you telling me that. I listen to
It's
all
dwindled,
the other,
for
I
sure.
listen to everything else, and I'm hearing Rami Malek and all these other people, and then I talked to Kyle, and he's like, "Well, it's got to be A Star Is Born," and I just, you could be right. A Star Is Born might sweep the Oscars, which we talked about in the Globe video, but I just don't know. But anyway, any more thoughts on lead actor?
No, we can continue on.
Well, let's scroll over to the actresses. Oh goodness, I'm gonna butcher this name. You butcher the name.
I'll butcher for everyone. Sorry in advance. Yalitza Aparicio for Roma.
We're sorry.
We're very sorry.
Very sorry.
We're white. We're very sorry.
We're losers.
Glenn Close for The Wife. Olivia Colman for The Favorite. Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born. And Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me. I am very surprised. Well, not surprised, but I'm happy to see that this first-time actress from Roma is really getting an Oscar nomination.
She's
Like
fantastic.
that's crazy. I don't think I even saw her name like floating around in any of the other award circles.
She got a
leading
Globe
up
nom.
to this. Okay, yeah.
She got a Globe nom. I haven't heard of the other ones probably.
So that one is really cool. I'm really happy to see that one. But honestly, like for lead actress, I could name probably a whole bunch of others that should be in this category, but just because it was so competitive this year that it makes sense why these 5 are chosen. But for me right now, I would, as much as I love Lady Gaga and The Star Is Born, I do think Glenn Close is starting to really ramp up steam, and I do think she's going to win her first Oscar finally.
Now that's something you've been telling me that I agree with. Yeah, I think Glenn Close. I think it sounds like she's the front runner. And I haven't seen The Wife, and I haven't seen Can You Ever Forgive Me. I've heard both performances are fantastic.
Yeah.
And I really want to see it. The fact that Melissa McCarthy is in there, I love, because I think Melissa McCarthy is a very underrated actress because of some of the comedy roles she takes. I think people give her a bad rap sometimes. But Lady Gaga's great in Star Is Born. She's very good. I'm not gonna say the name and butcher it again, but the girl in Roma is absolutely fantastic.
She is one of the best parts
I
of
don't
that movie.
undying love Roma the way it seems Hollywood is. I think
Yeah.
Roma is 3 amazing scenes with a lot of meh in the middle, a lot of slow in the middle. But she is fantastic, as well as Olivia is great in The Favorite. But actresses voting in Hollywood. You did my girl Toni Collette dirty, and you did my girl. Elsie Fisher,
Yeah,
dirty.
those were the two I was
What are you
thinking of,
doing?
too.
Come on, these are incredible performances. I love both of them over Lady Gaga.
Honestly, I think as well, Amanda Stenberg from The Hate U Give, again, my personal favorite, but also Emily Blunt from A Quiet Place as well. I think those are also names that could have had a shot to get in here.
Who's the comedian that was in Private Life? She was fantastic.
Oh, Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn. She was fantastic in that film.
That's a good.
I would
that's a good
throw
choice,
Toni
too.
Collette though, or Fisher over Lady Gaga personally. I'd probably throw him over the girl in Roma too. I can't, and probably Olivia. I can't speak
It's
for the 2
competitive.
movies I haven't seen yet, but I personally would have put him over. I would have voted for him. Because that's tough. You did my girls dirty this year, Oscars. You did them dirty because Hereditary is fantastic. She deserves a nomination. All right, best supporting actor.
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
Oh,
No
go ahead.
butchering this time. So we got supporting actor for Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver for Black Klansman, which I love that. Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born, your boy. We got Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. I'm gonna take this off right away.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're
I
going.
think Sam Rockwell should not have gotten the nomination. I love you, Sam. I love you to death. You were fantastic in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, but I felt you did a Bush impression. I felt you were in the movie not that much. And that's the biggest thing, too, is like years ago when Django Unchained came out, I was campaigning. Leo DiCaprio deserves an Oscar nomination, and everybody was said, not in the movie long enough. He's in the movie in Django Unchained more than Sam Rockwell's in Vice. He's in maybe like 10, 15 minutes of the entire movie. And so I think that is a complete and total snub. A pick that shouldn't belong in there. I love seeing Adam Driver. Sam Elliott as well deserves to be in there as well. Is Mahershala Ali really a supporting actor? That's the real question. He's in the movie about the same amount as Viggo Mortensen, so that's interesting. Maybe they're going to be throwing Oscars both ways to them. But I haven't seen Can You Ever Forgive Me Again, so I haven't seen that. But again, love Adam Driver getting that nomination. I thought he was fantastic. Although he also did Denzel's boy a little dirty too. Oscars. He was fantastic as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I can't speak on Sam Rockwell's performance or not because I haven't seen Vice. That one might be a bit surprising to me just from what I've heard that he's not in the movie for that long. But the rest of this list, though, I am really happy to see. I loved Ali as well as Mortensen in Green Book. I thought they did fantastic. Adam Driver, I really loved his performance in BlacKkKlansman. I think BlacKkKlansman is a movie that's underrated a lot of the time, but it is getting a lot of Oscar love,
I'm
so
gonna
that's
give it
good.
the praise when we get to directors.
And Sam Elliott, like I now that I see him in this category, like for real, I do think he has a legitimate shot at winning for Best Supporting Actor. But it could also go to either him or Ali, but I'm going to be champion for Elliott.
See, I think it's going to, and I haven't seen the movie, but I feel like Richard E. Grant, these two older guys where Mahershala's got one. Adam Driver, young actor, Sam Rockwell he won one, didn't he? He won for Outside Ebbing, Missouri, correct?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I think one of these two older guys who maybe haven't had a shot might win it here. I think you're right. Maybe a Sam Elliott might be what gives A Star Is Born that Oscar, which maybe they don't give it. But yeah, I love you, Sam Rockwell, but I don't love the nomination. I really don't. We know my brother's gonna be having a fit since he was not a big fan of Vice. Anyway, let's get into supporting actress.
I'm looking at this. Yeah, this category is very interesting.
Yeah, we've got Amy Adams for Vice. Oh, goodness great. Eric, you butcher that one again.
Maria de Tavira? Maria de Tavira.
For Roma.
I am
very interesting.
Sorry. That's a name I did not hear at all.
Yeah.
But I was wondering about that as well. I was wondering if maybe there isn't enough love.
She got the love.
Anyway, Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, and Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite.
This is an interesting category.
Yeah.
I think you could have maybe thrown a Emily Blunt in this category for A Quiet Place as well. For supporting.
Yeah, could have gone either way.
There are some actresses. Throw Toni Collette in for supporting, even though she's not. Just give her the nomination. You did my girl dirty. Same with Isla Fisher. And but I like Amy Adams. I think Amy Adams is amazing. So I liked her performance in Vice. The girl from Roma, again, is fantastic. Haven't seen Beale Street Could Talk yet. Need to. Here Regina King is the front runner, I believe. I've seen The Favorite. We've seen The Favorite. So Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz, I get the nominations. I don't think they're good enough to win. I get why Hollywood loves them. I really enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I didn't die loving it the way it seems Hollywood did. But yeah, I think this is a solid list. I love the surprise of the other actress for Roma getting that, though, because I think she was also good and really not thought of, it felt like, in the awards race.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think anyone thought about her getting any sort of nomination, but Oscar surprised us with this pick. I can't be upset by it. So yeah, I mean, great for her. I do think this is going to be Regina King's to win. Again, haven't seen it. It's just from all the buzz I've been hearing.
We'll see it soon. Come to our small town. Come on.
Yeah, but again, it's kind of like the lead actress category where there's a lot of actresses that could have easily have gotten a nomination here as well. But I do think this is going to be Regina King's.
All right. Shall you read directors and butch more names, please?
Yeah, sure. For Best Director, we have Spike Lee in BlacKkKlansman.
Love it.
Oh, jeez. Paweł Pawlikowski, I am so sorry, for Cold War. Yorgos Lanthimos... Why is this a thing? Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite. Alfonso Cuarón for Roma. And Adam McKay for Vice. This is a heck of a... Wow.
So, is Cold War... What movie is that?
It's a really, really small movie that I think 4 people have seen. I have no idea.
I gotta check that out.
I have no. I don't know what.
Well, let's get into this right away. The biggest thing is that everybody's gonna yell for is where is Bradley Cooper, and I would challenge you. I would challenge you and say, no, where is Bo Burnham? That's the real question, because he was fantastic, and
Yeah.
he brought out emotions that I think everybody can relate to in 8th grade. I do love Spike Lee getting the nomination for Black Klansman. I felt like Black Klansman was not getting as much love. I think the Adam McKay's a little bit iffy for me. I don't love this movie as much as I love something like The Big Short. So I didn't necessarily love the direction and some of the choices he made. For the camera work and things like that. So I don't love that. I think Alfonso Cuarón is probably going to win this for the most part. For the favorite, I also, I like that. Cold War I haven't seen, so there's some interesting choices. I do think the biggest snub personally is Bo Burnham. Had Bradley Cooper gotten the nomination, I wouldn't hate it. I'd be happy about it. I love Bradley Cooper. I very much enjoyed Stars Born, but I think Bo Burnham and 8th grade is the biggest snub here. What about you?
This is a weird list.
Why? These are great movies. Roma makes sense. Black Klansman makes sense.
Just from everything I've been hearing,
The
Vice
Favorite
is an
makes sense.
okay film. I personally only think The Favorite is okay as well. I didn't like it as much as you did. I'm really
Like it a
happy
lot.
for Black Klansman. Oh, Roma as well. Like, I think it is a solid movie, but I'm not feeling the same kind of joy for it as many others feel. And I also just don't know anything about Cold War. Like, this is a name that really came
know
out
what
of
I'm
the blue.
gonna be
I haven't heard anything about this
watching
movie,
here this
basically.
week.
Might have to, yeah. I do think this will be Cuarón's to win, now that it really feels like, based on who I'm seeing, it does feel like he's going to be the leader
It
in
feels
this.
like he's a clear front runner.
But if Spike Lee sneaks up behind and snags one, I will be very happy with that, because I really do enjoy Black Klansman a lot. But I don't know, this category might be the toughest one for me. I don't really like the majority of these choices, so.
Some I haven't seen Cold War, so I can't speak on it. Could be a small
same with
gem
Vice as
of
well,
a fantastic
just from what
directed
I've been
movie.
hearing.
Again, I didn't love the direction of Vice. Really would have preferred 8th grade in there for Bo Burnham. We'll cruise through, because it's a long video. We'll cruise through right now some of the quick ones. Animated feature, I don't even think we need. I mean, it's Incredibles 2,
Spider-Man.
Isle of Dogs, Marie, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. If Spider-Man doesn't win this, it's one of the biggest snubs I think in a long time.
I'm just happy it got nominated.
Yeah,
I said
no.
that.
I don't know why it wouldn't. I think people love it.
You want to do the screenplays?
Sure, we can do them real fast.
We got the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Klansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born.
So out of the movies we've seen,
All right.
What do you go? I think I go Black Klansman. I think it was great. I know it gets a little bit of flack for not being as faithful, but it's a movie. It's not a documentary. I don't want it to be as faithful to the true story. A Star Is Born, I don't think should win, because it's the same story we've seen 4 times. And just because Bradley Cooper wrote his own version of it doesn't mean it's not something we haven't seen.
Other guys.
It doesn't mean it's not something we haven't seen. And it's probably won before for other adaptations for screenplay. I think Beale Street Could Talk is a huge front runner here, especially since it did not get the nomination for
that
Best
book
Picture.
is very beloved as well.
So I would say it's one of those two. Black Klansman or If Beale Street Could Talk are the ones I've seen. I think a lot of love's going to go to Star Is Born, and I don't think it deserves it, because I don't think its script was... I love the movie. I like the movie a lot. I just don't think it's...
You're like, I
something
swear.
it's just you. You've gotten in my head about it, and I just think... I think you're wrong
I think
a
my
little bit.
negative of Star Is Born makes you
I think
like
you're
it less than
wrong a little. No, I like Star Is Born
No.
quite a bit. I have dipped on it a little bit since seeing it, but I don't think its script is necessarily fantastic.
Honestly, you are kind of convincing me that it's going to lean either towards Black Klansman or If Beale Street Could Talk, so I don't blame you at all for those thoughts. I think you make
These
a
are
lot
the
of
categories
sense.
they give out to
Yeah.
the other things they want to give a little bit of love to. We've seen that last couple of years.
For original screenplay, we have The Favorite, First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice. Okay, that is cool to see that First Reformed is on there. I have heard great things about its script, so I do think that could be a front runner. The Favorite also. Ooh, yeah, this is kind of a tough list. I do think it could go to First Reformed or The Favorite.
I think The Favorite is the clear front runner. I think Vice is a sneaky dark horse. It looks like
right.
Hollywood is in love with Vice, with all these nominations. And this just popped in my head. We've had no love for First Man, which I think is incredibly interesting, because I think First Man is a
you're
fantastic movie, and that's an actress with Claire Foy that I think
Ryan Gosling,
or Ryan
too, was
Gosling, who
terrific
probably
in
should
it.
have gotten some of those
Yeah.
nominations. So it just popped into my head with I think they've got a couple of technical awards nominations, but that's a snub too. I really liked First Man.
Yeah, there could be an argument too that First Man should be in a nomination for Best Picture. I think it
Yeah,
is
or
an underrated
cinematography,
film
which
for sure.
we're
Yeah,
about to read,
cinematography.
and it looks fantastic. So, cinematography, we had Cold War, The Favorite, Never Look Away, Roma, and A Star Is Born. I think this goes to The Favorite or Roma.
Roma.
I think those were the two most beautiful looking
Yeah.
ones. I do think you're right. I think
Roma is beautiful.
I think
It
Roma
is
might be the
beautifully
front
shot.
runner. I think The Favorite might be a close second. I think Star Is Born has the outside shot. But you never know. Cold War got nominated again, so you
Oh, yeah,
never
you're
know.
right.
Best documentary. I just want to talk real quick about that documentary. What's the name of the Peter Jackson one that got no love?
They shall
Not grow old.
They shall not grow
It
old.
didn't get any love, but it's made a ton of money. It's been incredibly popular. Critics love it, and I think that's real interesting that it didn't get a nomination.
Honestly, the same can go for the same could go for the Mr. Rogers documentary as
True,
well.
yeah.
The one about the triplets as well isn't on here, which I'm
Free Solo
the
is on here,
documentaries
though.
did very well
I think
when
Free
it comes
Solo
to money.
takes it. I think Free Solo takes it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I-
a great year for documentary, but Free Solo people have talked about a ton, and I
Yeah,
think,
that
I
one
think
I've
that
heard
takes
a
it,
lot
but,
more than those three for sure.
Let's see. We're gonna
RGB, the
skip
Ruth
these.
Bader Ginsburg documentary,
Do-do-do-do-do.
also is getting some love, which is great.
Do you want to go over any of the editing?
No, I think we can do
We
that
can
for
touch on that in predictions.
Yeah.
Sound. We'll do that with sound mixing and stuff.
We can do score and original song.
I think original song is going to Shallow. I don't think it's even an option. I mean,
Yeah.
it's between All the Stars, All Fight, The Shallow, and When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings. First of all, the fact that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Sunflower, I don't think got a nomination. I think
Yeah,
is a
very
snub.
interesting.
But I do think it's going to go to Shallow easily.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easily going to that. For score, we had Black Klansman, Black Panther, Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, Mary Poppins Returns.
Wow, not even
I-
for First Man 2.
I think Mary Poppins Return might get the love here because I think Hollywood really liked it, but it didn't get a lot of or really any nominations. But I also think Black Panther is a sneaky pick there because I think the score in Black Panther is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. Again, still need to see if Beale Street Could Talk and Black Klansman. The score isn't very memorable, but everything else is.
Yeah, hair and makeup's gonna go to either Vice or Mary Queen of Scots.
Yeah.
Visual effects, we'll end on that one because
Okay.
I think it's interesting because we got Avengers Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, and Solo: A Star Wars Story.
There's First Man.
I thought Solo was bad, people. Getting Oscar nominations. I think Avengers takes this by a landslide.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even close. Christopher Robin is real interesting that this is in there. Hollywood must have really liked it. First Man, we finally get a nomination for, and the visual effects were fantastic, especially
Yeah,
when he
that
was on
one's-
the moon.
that one's really
Ready
good.
Player One is great. Solo, I think visual effects is fantastic, but Infinity War made Thanos look like a real alien that could land today, and I believe it.
Yeah,
so
I mean-
I think it goes to that, hands down.
I mean, literally, the visual effects are so good that if you're watching it on screen, you can see Thanos' arm hairs moving, like his
Yeah,
individual.
it's
Like, if
insane.
you can do that, then you should. Honestly,
Insane.
that moment where I saw that is more memorable than most of the visual effects in these movies. Personally.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys, what did you think of our
Oscars?
20-minute recap video of the Oscars? We will have a prediction video. We will sit down, Kyle and I. We will have our predictions. We will tell each other who we think will win, and we'll lock them in right before the Oscars because we're gonna bet a little moolah on it. All right, guys, tell us what you thought down below in the comment section. Remember to like, subscribe, and share as always. And hey, thanks for watching, Mom. I know you'll be watching the Oscars.
See you guys.